Emelia Jackson has a new cookbook out called Some of My Best Friends Are Cookies, 80 cookie recipes. How on earth do you come up with 80 cookie recipes, Emelia?
Well, I am obsessed with cookies, it might seem. And when you're obsessed, it's quite easy to write them. And I think cookies are just such a beautiful thing to eat, obviously, but also such a beautiful thing to bake.
Oh, you have so many delicious cookie recipes in your book. This one, what are we making?
We are making Viennese Swirls. These were like a childhood classic for me. They're the little S-shaped, sometimes sandwiched with jam, sometimes just dipped in chocolate, so
Yum.
it's a goodie.
And we're going to start off with our butter.
So really, really soft butter makes this process a whole lot easier because we have to pipe these cookies. So into our mixer with our softened butter.
Now, time and time again, people ask me, if I haven't brought the butter out of the fridge and it's still cold and I want to get on with my cookie mixture, how do I soften it fast without melting it completely?
I am a microwave gal.
Yeah.
I love the microwave. This recipe doesn't matter too much if you melt it a little bit because you do want it really soft.
Okay.
But the best way to do it is just sort of 10 to 20 second bursts at a time and just keep an eye on it.
Okay.
So we want to mix this until it's really light and fluffy and I will get you zesting the orange.
Can do.
Okay, so our butter is nice and pale, as you can see.
Yep.
And then we're just going to go in with our aromatics. So we've got your beautiful orange zest there.
And it goes.
A nice, big, generous spoonful of vanilla bean paste.
Awesome. Ooh, it smells so good with the vanilla and
the orange.
the orange together.
And then we're going one more, some cardamom. Works beautifully with the orange. And we'll just give that a quick mix. And then our last three ingredients can go in. So we've got some plain flour into our bowl. We've got some corn flour. So this is going to reduce the gluten in the cookie and it's going to give you a really tender, sandy cookie.
Lovely.
Which is what we want. And then a little pinch of salt just brings out all the flavours. So we're going to blend that all together. It will come together as quite a soft paste and then into a piping bag.
Okay.
So we have to pipe these now.
Okay.
And that's why we start with soft butter because it takes a bit of muscle power.
Okay.
So we want to go for a rough S.
And the first one's always the test one, right?
These spread in the oven, so don't get too obsessed with getting them perfect.
Okay.
They're going to spread. And it's sometimes easier to hold the bag a bit sort of halfway down.
Yeah,
you get a bit more. That one was kind of good.
That one's perfect, yeah.
Don't obsess with getting them perfect. She gets it perfect.
I know. Wow, jeez.
So give plenty of space for them to spread and you can see how much easier it is when my hand's a bit further down the piping bag.
Yeah, absolutely. And these go into the oven. Do they get a lot of colour or are they more of a blonde kind of biscuit?
The corn flour in these keeps them really nice and blonde. So after we've piped them all, you just want to set them in the fridge or freezer. Fridge half an hour, freezer 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then into the oven 180 degrees. And they take about 15 to 18 minutes to cook through.
Okay. And they need to cool completely before we go on to the next stage?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, these look great, don't they?
You can see they've just got a little light golden colour around the edges, which is perfect. You don't want them too dark.
Yep.
I'm going to get you to chop up some pistachios for some garnish, and I will start dipping these beautiful little cookies into chocolate.
Okay.
Some beautiful bitter dark chocolate. And we just want to pop them back on the tray. Once you've chopped that up, you can start sprinkling and leave them to sit at room temperature just to begin to set up.
Tell me a little bit about storing cookies after they've been baked. What's the best way to retain their freshness?
For me, in a airtight container in the pantry.
Yep.
But fresh homemade cookies don't last very long in my house. So
I know, what a silly question.
I know, a little bit of a silly one. No.
All right, is that fine enough?
That's
some of these?
perfect. Some nice crunchy texture on there is what you want.
All right, so a little sprinkle.
Beautiful.
I love the colour contrast. And then we're just going to let this sit here for a moment to set. So we've got to be patient.
We do. Baking is patience.
You're right.
So you can see the chocolate, it's gone from shiny to matte, so that's how we know it's set.
Fantastic.
So we'll get those onto our plate.
They are so cute.
Aren't they cute?
Yeah, I really love it with the pistachios there, that pop of green and the chocolate. They do remind me of those Italian sort of cake shops, and they're all piled
They're all
up.
piled high and proud, aren't they?
Yeah, and they are a great little gift. I find if I'm baking something like this, giving that as a gift is just such a nice option. Or you've got people coming over for a cup of tea, bringing this out. Wow, you're going to be a favourite for sure.
You absolutely will be.
I see you've left 2 there.
Do you see that?
I see. Cheers.
Cheers.
The crumb of that is just perfection. And that little bit of chocolate.
With the orange zest?
It's the orange zest too.
Yeah.
Chocolate orange zest is just the most delicious thing. Great cookie expert right here, Ms. Jackson.